It is so easy to live life just responding to whatever's around us or reacting to whatever's right in front of us instead of intentionally building a life that truly supports us. So this video is all about simple and tiny actions that will make life better for your future self. Things that you will look back on and feel so grateful that you did. These are things that may not seem like a big deal in the moment, but will help you live a little more intentionally, show up for yourself a little more, and create a life that truly feels good to live. So let's get into it. Number one is asking yourself, what will I regret not doing? We can so easily move through life without ever really pausing to reflect or ask ourselves deeper questions. But I know for me, I don't want to reach the end of my life and be full of all these regrets of the ways I didn't show up or things I didn't do. So one day I just simply asked myself, what do I think I would regret not doing? And not just in general, but what do I feel like I would regret not doing, specifically within this period of life that I'm in right now? And that question and answering that question actually brought me a lot of clarity. For example, two things that came up for me were starting a YouTube and learning more about personal finance and investing and becoming really competent in that subject. And getting clarity around those things was extremely helpful because it got me to actually start taking action in that direction now instead of it just being an idea that I maybe continue to put off. So ask yourself, what do I think I would regret not doing in this period of my life? And then go start taking action toward those things. Number two is paying attention to the tiny things that improve how you feel and then incorporating those things more into your life. With all the things we have distracting us and pulling on our attention, we can so easily not pay attention to the things that really make us feel good or improve how we feel in some kind of way, especially the more subtle things. And I know I can look back, and one of the things I'm really grateful for from previous me is paying attention to those things. The things that make me feel really good, the things that I truly find fun, the things that light me up, the things that improve how I feel in my space, and then integrating those things more into my life. Because improving how you feel doesn't just make you feel even better in the moment, which that alone is great, but it also has this really beautiful ripple effect into everything else you do. When I'm inspired, when I feel at peace, when I'm really lit up, it impacts how I show up. I show up differently in my work, in my relationships, and in my creative endeavors. And it's really about noticing what actually makes us feel that way, not just intellectualizing it on what we think is going to make us feel better or what we think should be fun, or even what someone on the internet says we should do and trying to copy them, but really noticing what genuinely makes you feel those ways and then building more of that into your life. Number three is planning out your week on Sundays. This one action makes everything just feel smoother and more organized and makes me feel like I have my life more together, which just feels so good. Taking some time each week to just look over and check in on what you have going on that week, what you want to focus on that week, or even planning out certain actions like when you're going to work out or run a certain errand really makes such a difference. Having some direction and clarity helps you feel way less scattered and gets you out of this reactive place and into a much more proactive energy and mindset. And it's not about rigidly scheduling every hour, it's just doing a little bit of planning that helps you stay more organized and feel more put together. And it helps you stay more consistent with and actually prioritize the things that are really important to you. Number four is doing something that feels recharging each day. We live in a world that glorifies productivity in a way that doing things that are just for fun or just to fulfill us or even just rest gets easily put on the back burner. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. So every single day, do something for you, something that either recharges you or fills you up in some kind of way. It doesn't even have to take much time. It can be just 10 to 30 minutes, but doing so can completely shift your energy and can help you show up differently in all your areas of life. It doesn't need to be anything big or complicated, but you want to make sure you're doing something for yourself in your own energy every single day. And this is one of those things that keeping up with it consistently will create a completely different outcome for your life than if you didn't do it. Number five, automatically saving money. I think most of us would agree that our future selves would be so grateful for us saving and investing money now. And one of the simplest ways we can do that is by automating those things, Because we can have the intention to do that, to save money or invest money, but intentions don't mean we actually do the thing. We still have to remember to do it. We have to actually sit down, log into an account, and click a few buttons. And while those are actually pretty simple things, it's something we can easily keep putting on the back burner or forget about. And next thing we know, we've gone weeks or months, hopefully not even years, without actually saving or investing. So by automating those things or creating a very specific routine around it, we're ensuring that it's happening, and that helps set up our future selves. Number 6 is weekly meal planning and prepping. Taking a little bit of time to plan out your meals, go to the grocery store, and prep some food for the week makes your week so much easier, and it has this really great positive long-term impact. When you already have food at home, it saves so much time and energy through the week. You're not scrambling to figure out what in the world to eat or defaulting to just getting takeout because you're really hungry or you're stressed and tired. And it has the added benefit of helping you keep up with healthier eating habits, as well as the financial benefit of not eating out as much. So not only does it make your week easier, but it also helps you have healthier eating habits, and then you get to reap all the benefits of having that long term. Number 7 is reaching out to a good friend to make plans. One of the biggest contributors to long-term happiness and fulfillment is connection. And I think we can all forecast into the future and recognize that we will be so grateful for keeping up with and continuing to nurture the really important relationships in our lives, for doing so and making sure we do have really good relationships and we have this community. And while I think most of us know this is something that's important to us and something that we value, it's one of those things that I notice a lot of times just gets put on the back burner because of all the busyness of our lives. But take time to connect with friends more often. Reach out and ask to go on a coffee date. Call up a friend while you're on a walk. Send a text that just says, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. Hope you're doing well." I don't think we'll ever regret taking the time to nurture and maintain these meaningful connections in our lives. Number 8 is doing something that scares you or makes you really uncomfortable. Playing it safe usually does not create the scenario of, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this is the life I'm getting to live." That kind of life comes on the other side of doing things that are really scary and uncomfortable and out of our comfort zone. That's how we open new doors for ourselves and create new opportunities and grow into a leveled up version of ourselves. Now, this video is about tiny and simple things you can do. So I would suggest just asking yourself, what is something that feels scary or outside of my comfort zone or uncomfortable that I know would benefit me in some way, that would maybe move me in the direction I want to go? And what would it look like to actually move toward that? Number 9 is having a weekly tidy session. Having some actual routine around this really helps you keep up with at least a little bit more cleaner or organized of a space instead of these things just being on your to-do list that you know you want to get to at some point, or letting your place get to a point where you're like, wow, I need to take care of this now. And then at that point, things just feel overwhelming. So having a weekly routine where you're dedicating 1 to 2 hours each week to doing the things that you know would feel really good to keep up with will feel so good physically and mentally because you know these things are getting done. And they're not just living in the back of your head of things that you know you need to do at some point. And you're actually keeping up with a space that feels good. Number 10 is reading and listening to things that expand your mind. Expanding our minds is one of the best things we can do. It helps us grow and become more well-rounded people. It helps us take on new perspectives and see ourselves and our lives differently. It can help us mature and help us relate to other people. And I personally think there's just something so deeply satisfying and fulfilling about expanding ourselves and growing as people. And this does not have to mean making sure to consume things related to personal development or self-help, but just taking time to learn, to consume content that makes us think about things that we maybe usually don't, consuming things that helps us look at a different perspective or see things in a new way. I don't think we'll ever look back and not be glad that we took some time to learn or lean into things that help us grow and expand. And number 11 is finding tiny ways to show yourself more love and respect every day. When it comes to creating a life that we just feel so good in, that we enjoy more, that's more fulfilling, cultivating a more connected, loving, respectful relationship with yourself is one of the best things you can do. And sure, there's deeper work you can do around that, but it's also so impactful to do tiny things that show yourself a little bit of love and respect more often. And we can relate this to being in a romantic relationship, where sure, big grand gestures of love and respect are great, but it's all the tiny little things that make such an impact too. It's when they kiss you on the cheek before they get out of bed, when they write a little sticky note that says, "I love you, I hope you have a great day," on your lunch. It's doing your dishes for you when they know that you've had a really busy day. That really show you how much they love and care about you. The little things have such an impact, and the same goes for cultivating a better relationship with yourself. You can do little tiny things that help nurture your relationship with yourself and help show yourself and your subconscious mind, hey, I love you, I respect you, I value you. And then not only do you get the benefits of having a better relationship with yourself, but it also has a ripple effect onto everything else. Because when you have a better relationship with yourself, you show up differently, you move differently, you have a different energy. So there are a million things you can do for this, but it can be little things like making your bed, making sure to drink water when you first wake up, actually going outside and going on a walk, making sure to do something that you really enjoy, doing the things and following through with something you told yourself you were going to do. Maybe writing yourself a little love note, or looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I love you. Putting on an outfit that makes you feel really good, or even noticing a self-critical thought and choosing to say something kind to yourself instead. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe. It helps out so much. I would love to hear in the comments what you thought, which one you think was the most helpful for you. And thanks so much for hanging out, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye.